This is Great Zach Tate bringing you a Gangster Guru moment. So, how did your commitment cause you to be lost? Let me help you with a few answers of why this could possibly have happened. So, generally, we go from confident to dependent to lost because we forget that when we were confident, oftentimes being single, often being on your own, often being able to rely on your own voice, your own drive, that was what attracted you to this other person you committed to. So in your confidence, you had a certain edge about yourself. You had a certain swagger. You had a certain level of movement or maybe feeling unstoppable. And that person saw that in you and became attracted to that. Generally, what the person sees and hears from you in the beginning is what makes them fall for you to become committed. So sometimes, speaking from a man's perspective, that confidence is relied upon results. That confidence relies on him saying, hey, I want to get this thing done, and I got it done. Look what I did, look what I did, look what I did. And that form of affirmation makes the individual more confident, and it attracts, it sends out a certain energy. There's a certain frequency that he's on a regular basis. When he meets someone else that at the time of his life, he has a certain need that he wants fulfilled, and this person is fulfilling that need. This person may fulfill that need in such a way that he or she can lie to themselves about who that person is. Even if they don't, they're absolutely correct that this person fills the needs or the desire that they always been looking for, and that person shows up. What do? We get into a committed relationship. We make this person a priority. Now, as an alpha male, things are a little different in the area of priorities. When someone is your priority, it's like basically like having a child. All of your moves, you are now thinking about this person. You're thinking about how what I do impacts this person. How I show up is going to impact this person and our future. So what happens oftentimes is that when you include someone else in your relationship, you stop relying on your own independence. You stop relying on your own wisdom. Now you're asking an opinion that might be the total opposite of how you think. You're confident of seeing the vision, of executing and making it materialize, going through the ups and downs, the bumps and the bruises of your own. Now you saying, well, if I do this, how is it going to impact this person? It is my suggestion that you continue to do what you're doing in your confidence, the same way you was doing it before you with this person, and then when the benefits come, share those benefits. But in terms of consulting this person, let me tell you what's going to happen. You're going to become interdependent. You're going to rely on that other person to validate your thoughts. When your thoughts, your vision, your creativity is for you, is your talent, is your gift. But you're automatically now bringing in someone's fears, someone's insecurities, someone who may not even have ever achieved anything. They just have all the looks, like social media. They have all the looks and the image of success. But when you really look down to it, they haven't really achieved anything on their own before. However, they got all the answers. They know everything theoretically. They have never applied anything. And now you're interdependent on this person. And if it's coming to you wanting to be the person that makes the person happier, now you become dependent. You went from confident to dependent on where you want to go, where you want to eat, whatever you want to do, wherever you want to do. What do you think about this? What do you think about my outfit? What do you think? Everything that made you attached to you being us. And that partner may not have the same energy or the same desire. So now that us has turned you into a dependent. You lost your edge. They will tell you, what happened to the person that I fell in love with? What happened? You're not the same anymore. I want you to go back to being that person. And you're saying to yourself, you really don't want me to go back to being this selfish, confident, independent person that's driven, because I'm not going to have any time for you and you're not going to be my priority. What's going to be my priority is my goal. And you can't have it both ways. And many women, and some men as well, they want you to sit in the back seat with them and drive at the same time. You got to do either or. So now when you become dependent, you slowly start losing yourself. You start losing your independence. You start losing that confidence, and you rely on this other person. Unfortunately, for many people, they lose respect for you because they were attracted to the confident, the cocky, the selfish, the completely independent, the person that showed them, I can live with you or without you. But you become dependent and start relying on trying to please someone that can't really be pleased because they don't even know what makes them happy. They just know what they like right now. And what they liked before was the confident person. Now you're the dependent, you're the responsible, you focused on putting food on the table, making a way when there is no way, and you're doing all these things for this person to say, thank you, you did a great job. Look how you killed it. I appreciate how you put food on the table. And those words may never come because the way you started the relationship in their mind, I expected you to do all this. And they don't have the wherewithal to be able to give. You have made them a taker and you're independent. And now you lost. Now you're second guessing yourself perpetually. Your ideas, your enthusiasm is gone. You have become complacent. You have lost yourself, sometimes to the point where that person is now being disrespectful to you, talking to you a certain kind of way. You have certain boundaries that you used to have. You would not tolerate at all from anybody, anywhere, at any time. But now this person is doing it. And you're saying, wait a minute, I love you. Look what I give you. Look what I do for you. Look at all the things. And they're saying, yeah, but what drove them was the confident person. You went from confident to dependent, and God forbid, you turned into a whiner and a crier, and you got vulnerable, and you got sensitive, and you just lost now. And you know what happens when that person loses respect for you? You have no boundaries. They do what they want to do. There won't be any repercussions because in their mind, you need them. You're always going to be there. Where you going? You're never going to leave. I can do anything because you're never going to leave. You could even get to the point where you start saying the idiocy of, I will never leave you. You leave me before I leave you because you lost. You forgot who you were. You gave up on you trying to please them. So how do you avoid this? You avoid this because in a relationship, it is two or more people who relate and get on a ship that goes on a journey. Every journey must have a compass. Every journey must have a roadmap, a design to get to a destination, not just to be on the ship and allowing the wind and the waves to take you where. No, you have to charter out a destination. And you have to make the plans and the moves. I gotta go this direction and this direction and this direction to get to my destination. So what I'm asking you to do, if you're feeling lost and you're feeling down, you have to check the next video for that. Pick up Life Survival Kit, 20 Tools to Build a Better You. This is the book right here. This will help you in maintaining your confidence, your swagger, your obsession with success, and never allowing yourself to become lost. And if you did, it's okay. The key is, how do you come out of that? And I got the answer for you. This is Great Zach Tate having the Gangsta Guru moment. I hope this information was great. Please like and subscribe, share, tell the whole world about the wisdom that you received.